Hello guys, welcome back again with me. So in this video, I will give you some presentation and practice about network system administration. In the last video, I was giving you some learning material about controlling access to files. And now in the chapter 14, I will give you some presentation and practice about lab setup. So let's go to the video. So in the chapter 14, which is lab setup, I will give you some presentation and practice about the topology, which is the study case, and I will install the Debian server, Ubuntu desktop, and also Ubuntu server, and I will clone the Debian server, and I will set up the topology, and then I will configure the RAM. So for the first one, which is the the topology, I will explain the topology that I will use in this practice or in the study case. So in here, from the internet, it is connected to my host OS. So as you know, for the host OS, it is the software that are in your laptop, and from the host OS or from my laptop, it is connected to the router Debian or Debian server that are in the VMware, and then from the router Debian, it is connected to the left side, which is the Ubuntu desktop, and to the right side, it is connected to the internal network, and in the internal network, it is connected into two VM, which is to the Ubuntu server, and then into the Debian server. So that is the study case or the topology that I will use. And the next one, it is install Debian server, Ubuntu desktop, and Ubuntu server. And in here, I will open my VBox manager. I will remove this one because it is a test. And in here, I will practice the install Debian first. You can click new, and then in here the name I will use RTR Debian because I want to install this one, RTR Debian using Debian server. And then next, and for the RAM I will use 2 GB. Later I think I will configure it later. And then next again, and for the hard disk I will use 15 GB, and enter. And in here I will open the settings, and then storage, and in here I will use the Debian 12 ISO, and then OK, then you can run it. I will put it into the scale mode, and in here I will use install because I want to install the CLI version of the Debian. If I choose the graphical install, it will use it will install the GUI version of the Debian. And in here the language I will use English, and for the country I will go to other, then Asia, and then Indonesia. And for the base default locate, I will just by default. Key map I will use QWERTY or American English, and we can wait again. And in here for the name server address, because it is for the network leader or it is connected to the internet, it is the name of the server that will connect to the internet. I will use Debian, but right now I'm not connected into internet. I think it will be not happen anything. I will just continue, and then also for the host name I will just Debian. Domain name I don't have it, I will continue. And for the root password I will set into this one, and I can retype it again. And for the name of the user I will use Kier, and here again, and the password And for the time zone, I will use Western because I'm at West Java, and we can wait again. And I think I will just never mind. And for the partitioning, I will use the guided this entire disk, and I will choose this one. I will use all files in one partition, then I will finish, and yes. And I think I will just keep it in here because it will take so much time, and I will continue it again after the installation is successful. And for the scan extra installation, I will just no, and for the network mirror, no again, and we can wait for it again. And in here for the package usage survey, it is yes. And in here I will turn off the Debian desktop environment and also the GNOME, and I will turn on the SSH server and also the web server and also the standard utilities, and I can just enter to continue, and we can wait for it again. I think in here I will just keep it again because in this process installation it will take so much time, so I will just keep it until it is finished. And for the primary drive, I will just yes, and I will choose the bootloader or the hard disk that I will use, which is this one. I will enter, and we can wait for it again. And now I can reboot the router Debian, so it will be finish the installation, and in here it will goes into the rebooting, and in here I will choose the Debian GNU Linux. We can wait for it, and in here it will be more faster. We can wait maybe I think only 1 minute. Oh, never mind, it is already goes in here, and as you can see I'm now has been successful install the Debian 12 the CLI version on the VBox, and I will try to log in into the user. Wait. And as you can see in here right now I'm successfully installed the router Debian or the Debian server on the VBox, and right now I will shut down it, and then okay, and I will continue again. And the next one I will install the Ubuntu desktop, which is as you can see on the left side. For the client Ubuntu, it is using the Ubuntu desktop, which is the GUI version, and I will open again my VirtualBox, and I will click new, and then in here I will use Ubuntu client. Client, as you can see in here I will use the name of client Ubuntu, but never mind, we'll just use Ubuntu client. And then next for the memory, I think I will use 2 GB again, and next again, just next. And for the hard disk I will use I think 15 or 10. Wait guys, 15 guys, 15 GB is enough. And I will go to setting, and then you can go to storage. In here we controller IDE, I will choose this. Wait guys, sorry, I will choose this file. I will use the Ubuntu desktop, because I want to install the Ubuntu desktop version. And then okay, and I will start it. And I will set the view into the scaled mode. And in here we can wait again. We can wait until this VM it is checking this until it is complete. I think maybe it will take like 10 minutes. So I will just keep it again. So you guys don't need to wait for this Ubuntu client has been checking until complete. And right now, after I wait until it is the VM reading this until it is finished, it goes directly into here. Wait. In here I will choose the install Ubuntu, and for the language I will use English. Install Ubuntu because I wanna install, not trying. And for the keyboard layout I will just by default English. And in here I think I will use the normal installation. I think I will use the minimal installation, so I will install it more faster. And for the other option, I think I will not install the third party, and I will just install this one, and then I will continue. And for the installation type, I think I will use erase this, and then I will install the Ubuntu. I'm using the erase this because in here, wait, I think I've missed something. Wait, I will go back. Oh, never mind. I will continue again. In here I'm using the erase this because in this VM it is only one hard disk, which is the 15 GB one, and I think I will just go install now. And in here I will continue, and in here I will choose the country or where I am. I think I will use Jakarta time. In here it is used to configure the time set. Just this one, and I will continue again. And in here I will I can fill the description, the name of the server and also the name of the computer and the user. For the name, I think I will use Ubuntu, and for the username I will use GR, and for the password it is this one. And then I will just require my password to login, and I can just continue. And in here it will do the process of the installation, and I think I can skip it because it will take so much time again. And in here you can see there is some information about the Ubuntu, and for the Ubuntu wait, I forget which version is it. I will check it first. It is I'm using the version of 20.04, which is in here for this Ubuntu. Here has a leopard logo, so I think I will skip it because it will take so much time again, guys. And now the installation is complete. We can just restart now. And then we can just press enter and we can wait for it again. And as you can see right now, I've successfully installed the Ubuntu desktop, and in here I will log in into my user. And as you can see right now, the Ubuntu desktop installation has been successful and also complete. So for the left side it is complete, but later I will set the adapter of the network into internal network later. And why is it black? I think it is still reloading. And as you can see, for the connect to your online account, I will just skip it. And in here, next again, next again, next again, and I will just click done. And right now I've been successfully installed the Ubuntu desktop on my VBox, and in here I can change the background or change the display, but I think I will not set anything for the background or also the display settings. So that is the installation of Ubuntu desktop. And the next one, I will install the Ubuntu server on my VBox. Wait, I will shut down this one. I will open my VBox and I will click new. And for the name, I will use server to Ubuntu server to SRV to Ubuntu. It is like this, and I will just click next. For the memory size, I think I will by default, then enter again next. And also for the hard disk, I will just by default, then next again. And in here I will open the settings, and I can go to storage, and for the controller ID I will choose the Ubuntu this one, live server. I will just open and OK, and I can run it. And you can install it like you already know how to install the Ubuntu CLI version, but I think I will still record the video. I will open the scaled mode and then switch. I will choose the upper one, try or install Ubuntu server. And right now I'm in the installation process, and for the language I will just use English, and then for the keyboard layout I will just by default English again, and I will use the Ubuntu server. Then we can wait again, and it is for the network configuration, but because I'm not connected to the internet, I will just down again. For the proxy address I will just, there's nothing, and also down again, continue without updating. And in here I will use the use entire disk, and I will just down. And for this one it is the conclusion about all the configuration, and then I will just down and then continue. And in here for the name I will use Ubuntu, and for the server name Ubuntu server, and for the username I will use KRG. The password is this one and this one, I will just done, and then in here I will just continue. I will install the SSL server so I can remote this server leader, then done, and in here the installation process is started, and we can wait until it shows reboot now. I will just skip it because this part takes so much time, and I will just skip it. And right now the reboot now option has been showing up, as you can see in here. I will try to minimize. As you can see in here, it has been shown up. I will click the reboot now using enter, and right now the Ubuntu server will be rebooting, and we can wait for it again. I think it will take maybe 2 until 5 minutes, and I will just speed it up. And right now the Ubuntu server has been rebooted, and I can login into my user, which is GR, and the password is this one, and as you can see it is successful. So that is the installation of Ubuntu server in this video, and also in this study case, which is on the right side. And the next one, I will do the cloning of the server 1 Debian. I will clone the Debian server from the router Debian into the server 1 Debian, because you already know when I do the installation of the router Debian, it takes so much time. So there is a clone feature, and you can use it to clone some VM, so it will not take so much time. But first I will shut down this Ubuntu server, then OK, and I will choose the router Debian. I will right click, and then I will clone it. The name, I think I will server 1 srv1 Ubuntu Debian. Wait guys, Debian. It is like this, and then next full clone, and then clone, and we can wait for it. And right now I have the server 1 Debian, which is here is the CLI version, and I will arrange this one into here. So right now I have 4 VM or 4 server in this study case. Wait, I will close all, and in here as you can see I have the router Debian, and then I also have the client Ubuntu, and I'll also have the server 1 Debian, and also the server 2 Ubuntu. And the next one, I will practice to set up the topology. I will set the adapters in this study case. So in here I will zoom in. So in the router Debian, it works as a router because it will connect 3 networks, which is in here. For the adapter 1, it is connected to the host OS, and in the adapter 2, it is connected to the internal network that has the client Ubuntu in it, and for the adapter 3, it has the internal network that have these two server in it. So for the Debian server on, which is the router Debian, it works as a router, which is connecting in here. It is connecting three network, which is from the host OS, the client Ubuntu, and also server 1 and server 2. So in here I will just open my VBox, and in the router Debian I will go to setting, and before you do the configuration, make sure that all of the VM it is shut down or powered off. And then I will go to network. For the adapter 1 it is I will connect it into the host only, and for the host only it will just connected to the host OS, but it will not connected to the internet. And then for the adapter 2 I will enable it, and it is attached to the internal network. And for the name I think I will use client. Oh no, I think I will use net1, and then okay. Wait, and in the adapter 3, for the adapter 2 it is connected to the Ubuntu client, but for the adapter 3 I will enable it first. It is connected to the server 1 Debian and also server 2 Ubuntu, which is it is connected to the internal network of this one. In here I will use internal network, and for the name I will use net2, and then okay. And in the Ubuntu client I will set the network, which is the adapter 1, into the internal network. Then the name it is I will configure it same as the port that it is, which is adapter 2. In the router Debian adapter 2 it is, the name of the internal network which is net1, so I will configure it as the same one, which is net1, and then okay. And for the server Debian I will open it, and I will set the network into internal network. And for the name I will use the net2, because in this adapter 3 of the router Debian the internal network name it is net2, and then okay. And also I will configure it in the server 2 Ubuntu network, and then attach to internal network. I will pick the net2, and then okay. So right now I've been successfully set up the topology, and later I think I will practice the networking on this topology. And the next one it is RAM configure. So in here you already remember when I set all this VM, it has 2 GB RAM installed. So when I run it, when I run all this VM, it will take 8 GB because I set it into 2 GB in here for the RAM. And my laptop has also 8 GB, so it will make my laptop go slower. So you can use the RAM configure to make this laptop not run too hard. To configure it I will go to system, and for the base memory for the router Debian I think I will set it into only 1 GB, which is 1024, and then for the processor I will just use 1, and then okay. And for the Ubuntu client, because it is using the desktop, I think for the RAM I will just by default 2 GB, and for the processor I will just using 1. And for the server 1 Debian I will use 512 MB, megabyte. And then for the processor it is only 1. And also for the server Ubuntu, I will set it also into the 512 megabyte. Sorry guys. And for the processor is also only 1 GB. So when I run all this VM, it will takes only 4 GB on the memory. And for the process, it will be used for process. So because my laptop is only has 8 GB, I think it is still compatible to run all this VM. But for the laptop that has 4 GB, I think you can still turn it on, but it will make all of the server in here will go slower, and it's not faster, and I think it will be show more buffering. So, and for the Ubuntu client, it is using 2 GB. I will open it in here to show you guys why it is 2 GB, because for the Ubuntu client it is the GUI version, and for the GUI version, because it is processing the GUI or a picture, it takes so much process. And if I use only 1 GB, it will make the process go so slower. That's why I'm using 2 GB. And for the server 1 and server 2, it is goes on the lower one, because it's only base memory, it is only 512, because for the CLI version it is the more light than the GUI version to run the VM. So that is the explanation and the practice of configuring the RAM. So that is my video, and sorry guys if there's any mistake or some misunderstanding. If you want to ask something, you can just type it on the comment and I will answer your question. And see you guys next time, and bye bye.